We're on the road. Where transportation goes, community grows. Welcome to On the Road with the MTA. And welcome to the 200th episode of On the Road with the MTA. I am Jay Gibbons alongside with Stephanie K from the MTA. How's Stephanie over there?
I am well, and I want to thank you for making this happen because our biggest fan is in the studio with us today.
Yes,
it's Jessica Dale, and she has been a fan since we started with doing this On the Road with the MTA.
Yep.
And she said, can I be on your 200th episode? I thought, you sure can. So she's in the studio today. Hello, Jessica. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Jay. Thank you so much for having me. This is a tremendous honor.
Aw, how sweet of you. So well, you were on when you first started here because we were so excited to have you. Now, give us your background. I know that you said you were born with a disability with your visibly disabled, but I don't want to say it's a different ability because when people have different abilities, they can just be so much more impressive than people that have all their senses, for sure.
Absolutely.
So tell us your story.
Yes. So I was born in February 1995. I was supposed to have been born in June of 1995.
Wow.
Oh, so you were early.
Mom's here. I'm feeling for you right now, Mom. That was a scary thing.
She wanted to get out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to have been born June 4th. I actually came home on my due date.
Oh, my goodness.
And for the first year-ish of my life, my age and weight matched.
Oh, my gosh.
I was 1 pound, 2 ounces when I was born.
I can't even imagine that. I mean, somebody once told me
1 pound, 2 ounces?
When I was doing the MTA, they said I've eaten steaks bigger than that, and that's true. I mean, when you think about something that small, that tiny, and to be a person,
that's a premium.
Mom, I got to tell you, Cindy's right here. She doesn't want to be on the camera or on the microphone or any kind of acknowledgement, but I'm acknowledging you. That was amazing that you did all that, and I know you're her best friend today too. So.
I can vouch for being a preemie too. I was born.
Oh, were you really?
Yep, preemie as well. Yep, 2 pounds, 14 ounces, I think. Yep. So yes, I understand. I know it.
Wow. Well, we're so glad to have you here. We want to hear more about you, but also I know we have another a new hire, which I love that. And Jay, she works with you, so you introduce her, please.
It's KP.
Okay, no, I know it's Kathryn, and the P stands for the last name, which was what?
Poniatowski.
That's why I said KP. Okay, we're going to stick with that.
That's why we call her KP.
Yes. Yep. So how long have you been with us now, MTA?
I've been here just about 6 weeks at this
point.
point.
Oh, it's very new.
Yeah, still very new.
She's
just
so new. See how shiny he is?
And she came from ABC 12. You'd worked there as well?
Yes. Yep. Briefly at a software company in between, but I was at ABC 12 for about 7 years before that.
Oh, my gosh. Well, then you must listen to Mike and Stephanie when I was on the radio. We did a lot of...
of course.
Okay.
Of course. Yeah. I thought I recognized the voice.
That's where you heard it from, for sure. Well, we're all in media because Jay was also in radio.
Yep, I was in radio, in Grand Rapids and Detroit for a little while, and statewide on a Travel Michigan show and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
And then you guys work together in IT, and Jessica here works with the customer service, and she does a great job on the phones to help people, and she wants to be in media. You'd like to have your own podcast, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, very much so. That's why she had some questions for us, Jay. She said she knows us from working with us. She knows we're getting to know KP today and a little more about Jessica. But she said she's listened to us on the podcast, but she doesn't really know that much about us.
Okay.
So she wants to get to know more. And she sent me some questions. I have the list in front of me. Do you want to ask me those, or do you want me to just read them off that you sent me?
Either or. I do have the list in front of me.
Oh, whatever you're most comfortable with, because she's going to be our host today. So you go ahead and ask us the questions you want to know the answers to.
Oh, boy.
Yes.
Can we take the fifth if we don't want to answer?
I don't think so. They're not that bad.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
So the first one is actually for you, Stephanie.
Okay, I'm ready. Do I win something if I get it right? It's like a game show.
I wish. I do love game shows. Your Facebook says you're from Ohio.
That's correct.
How did you end up in Michigan?
Well, that's a good question, Jessica. My father had a chance to open up his own business. It was called American Housewares. It was the first time that anybody ever heard of buy one, get one free. He would say he had different appliances. He had like a refrigerator, freezer. He had, I think, a sewing machine, pots and pans. You bought 2 of those items, you got 1 free. So people were going crazy over this. So he did really, really well. And then we've been poor, we've been rich, and I'll tell you, rich was better, but we weren't rich for very long.
Yeah.
So yeah, because then they're what do you call that when you get a loan? The bank they were getting those for the people. They closed. So he didn't have the financing for people. So that kind of fell through. But anyway, that's a good question. And Kathryn, where are you from?
I'm actually from right here. I grew up in Otisville. Went to Davison High School. I did move away for about 10 years. I moved to Lansing and
that's a nice
went
area.
to college. Yeah, it was nice. went to college. I did spend some time working at Art Van, so I'm
my
familiar
gosh.
with the
Yep.
sales. And then I just recently moved back in 2022, so I'm back in this area again.
Well, we're glad to have you back here.
Yay.
Wonderful.
All right.
So where are you from originally, Jay?
Well, I'm originally from my mom and dad.
Oh, stop it. I should have known that was going to be one of his answers.
I'm originally from Howell, Michigan.
So you're in the state. Okay.
Yes, and this, of course, Michigander, through and through. Yep, and that was way back.
Yeah, a while back, right?
Yeah, a while back.
Couple
And
years.
actually, when we moved back from Florida, we moved back to Howell. So that's where we are
there
now.
you go. Well, that's something else. Now, Jessica, where are you from? Were you born here in Michigan?
I was born in Flint.
Oh, well, there you go. You're
Flint
Born up
native.
Hurley,
Yes, there you go.
actually.
Hurley. Yeah, a lot of people were. Both my daughters are born there. So it's a good place to be born. I like it. So do you have another question for us?
I do.
Okay. Bring on another one.
In fact, it's another one for you,
Okay, I'm ready. See, I'll start them off. This is
Ooh,
good.
good.
I got it.
You're breaking the ice. Ooh, good.
if that's okay.
Sure, absolutely. I think I see it on the list here. Is it about my name?
It is.
Does anybody ever call you Steph? Hey, as long as they don't call me anything worse than that, I'm fine. I know.
Exactly.
And they call you KP, right? Because you're.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Jessica? They call you anything for short? Jess?
Jess, yeah.
Do they? And now you're very interesting on your name because you're not.
Why
really
would it
Jay.
be interesting?
Because
It's
you're not
Jay.
really Jay.
Actually, yes, the story is when I was born, I was supposed to be Jason, Jayson.
Yeah.
But the nurse stopped at Jay, and my mom said, "Well, don't worry about it. It's Jay now."
Well,
So
I have an
I'm
interesting
stuck
like
with
that too.
Jay.
My mom had me after she had 3 children, and they were all 13 months apart. And then I came 6.5 years later. She was in shock. She's like, I just can't do this. I don't know if I can do this. Well, she had me in the hospital, and they said, "What are you going to name her?" Because I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Can I just tell you later? And they're like, "Well, you have to kind of have this thing filled out. Make sure you return it." My mom left the hospital. This was 60 years ago or so. So she left the hospital, said, "I'll get it back to you." And she never did. And when I went to kindergarten, they said, "This has not been filled out. How did you go to the hospital?" I know. "Well, we called you Stacy when you first came home, but now that you're old enough, you can call yourself something if you like. We called you," I saw a soap opera. I changed your name to Stephanie. And I was like, "What? I never heard about a Stacy. My name is Stephanie." And so she said, "Okay, don't get upset, but you can name your middle name if you want." And I saw like Linda across the street. She goes, "Stephanie and Linda's not too melodic. Try something else." I said, "Her mom's name is Kay. Can I do that?" She gives me candy after like a Sunday school. She goes, "Yeah, Stephanie Kay works. You can do that." I thought, okay, can I go and play now? So stupid me. I went to school and I said, "So what'd you get your name? How'd you name yourself? Why'd you name yourself? Why'd you pick Kathryn?" They were like, "What? Your mom's supposed to want you and name you something." Mom. Oh, I'm sorry. I know. So now my birth certificate, it's all printed out, but the print for Stephanie is a totally different color than the rest of everything else.
Really?
It's like a really dark blue. Everything else is black.
So
Yeah.
you would think that was made up. You're
I
not
know.
real.
Oh my gosh, that could be. I don't know.
Yes, you're not. She's
that was
not
a-
human. Well, actually, technically, she really is very much human.
Yeah. So okay, I guess what's your middle name, Jessica?
Mine?
Yeah.
Louise.
Well, there you go. Mom,
Jessica
what-
Louise.
I don't want to ask her how she got it. Was it a family name, like somebody else's?
It's okay. I'll tell the story. So, my mom's grandma is Luella. Or
Oh,
was. She passed away.
Sure.
Yeah, she passed away probably even before I was born. But anyway, yeah, that's how.
Luella to Louise. That makes sense.
Yep,
There you
that's the one thing about me that I do not like. I do not like my middle name.
Oh, you will one
Really?
day.
Oh, it's,
Yeah.
it'll grow on you.
Sorry, I asked you then.
No, you're fine.
Kathryn, how about your middle name?
Mine is also a grandmother's name, so my middle name is just Anne. It's pretty simple.
Oh, there you go.
But yeah, it was a grandmother's name, so family name.
It
So if
means
we get
something
tired
more.
of calling you KP, we'll just call you Cap.
There you go. My parents have used that one plenty of times.
What about you, Jay or Jason? What's your middle
My
name?
middle name is C with the letter initial C for Christopher.
Oh, there you go. See, we're learning something. Thank you for doing this, Jessica. We're learning more about everybody. So
Yeah,
this
see
is
that?
great. And I saw she had the next question was for you, Jay. I said, Jay, is that short for something? Is Jay your actual name? So you just answered that
I
one.
did answer that one already. Yay! I
Yay.
get extra points for that. All right.
Oh, the next question, you're going to like this one.
Oh, yeah?
Go ahead, Jessica.
This one is for all of you, and we'll go in order. And I say this because I'm thinking of doing it myself.
I think you
Really?
should.
Have any of you participated in the MTA choir?
I can, no. I can't. I can't sing. Well,
Okay,
maybe
so-
I can. I've never really tried.
If you're in a group. You know, you
In a
gotta
group,
hide.
yes.
Yeah.
I go, whoa, 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 whoa,
I
whoa.
think we should try it sometime. I'm
Maybe.
gonna- And KP, you just started here, so no, you
did.
haven't. But have you ever sung or have you been in a choir?
I've never been in a choir, but I do get down on some karaoke. So
Really?
Okay, what's your
That's
favorite
good
song to sing?
know.
I like to sing some old country songs or
Oh.
oldish country songs.
What's your
Shania
favorite?
Twain
Oh,
and the
yeah.
Dixie Chicks and all that. So
You have an interesting voice. I bet you'd be good at that.
I wouldn't say good, but I enjoy
You
it.
you can sing a few bars right now if you like. Maybe a Conway Twitty song or
We're going to have to recruit
maybe
you
a
into the
Charlie
choir.
Rich song or something. Yeah.
Okay, I think the two of you should come together to the choir. And you can harmonize together.
We can try.
Okay, and then we're going to have
I'm willing to
Jessica.
try anything. I mean, I make a fool of myself all the time. So.
What's that? So you got to do that. Well, Jessica, we're going to invite you to be part of the choir. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you sing?
Yeah, I'm an alto.
Me too.
Are you really?
Really?
Sweet. Let's do it together.
Okay, I can try. Usually I record them and play it back in the podcast every year, but yeah, they're very quite good. They do a lot of harmonizing, so you might
Yeah,
enjoy
I
that.
was in choir all 4 years of high school, and now I'm actually in my church choir.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yep, I did choir in college as well, so it's fun. So, okay, I've got the next question here. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to ask it?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Let's go in order.
Okay.
So Jay, then Stephanie, then KP. What's the best part about your job?
Oh my! It's I like it because it's fun and challenging, and I get to work with a great bunch of people every single day. So that is the most rewarding, I think.
And let's incorporate that with our next question, which is how long have you been here?
I've been here almost 7 years.
Okay.
Yep.
I think the best part of my job is helping people. I love
Yes.
that. When somebody may not have a availability to get to the doctor or to the pharmacy or to the grocery store or anywhere, even like a class, that we can give them, make that transportation happen for them.
Yep.
And sometimes it's for free if they're veterans or if they're a veteran spouse or the widow. So I love that we can do that. And I've been here, I'll be 5 years in May.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So that comes from having a servant's heart. That's what
It
that
does.
is.
I love that. I've always liked helping people. So it's wonderful. And KP, I know you've been here for a very short time. So it's kind of
I'm still just getting my feet wet, but so far I like that I can learn something new every day. I would prefer not to be stagnant in a job and
Sure.
just clock in and do the same things over and over again.
You won't have any problem with that here. So.
Yeah, I really enjoy that there's always a learning opportunity. There's always a self-improvement opportunity. I like that.
I love that too. That's a good idea. Now, Jessica, do you want to answer these questions or just give those questions?
No, I'll answer.
Okay, so how long you been here now? How's it been long?
3 or 4 months.
And what's the best part of your job?
I would say definitely helping people.
Yep. Isn't that wonderful? Just so rewarding.
Technology and helping people are my 2 biggest passions.
Well, and you're in the right position for that, for sure. And you get to work at home too, which is kind of nice.
I do. I don't even have to worry about transportation.
And you know what?
jealous.
Since you work at MTA, you get free transportation anyway, though. So isn't that
I
nice?
know, right? Isn't that beautiful?
It is. Absolutely. Well, I hear you went to MCC, Mott Community College, too.
I did, yes. I didn't end up getting my degree, unfortunately, but I did go there.
Okay. What'd you take? What were you studying?
Computer science.
Oh, well, there you go. Hey, right up your alley, guys, there.
So you can come work with us.
Yes. And she could probably, too.
I probably could.
Did any of you guys go to Mott?
No, I went to Michigan State.
Oh,
I started mine at Grand Rapids Community College, which is we used to be GRJC over in Grand Rapids,
Oh,
but
yeah,
now
right.
it's GRCC now. So.
sure. I started at MCC, because Mott Community College, because you have to start to get your prerequisites, and then I went to U of M Flint. And mine was in communication, and theater. I had both. So, yeah, that was...
How do you always keep a calm demeanor?
What are you talking about?
I knew that was going on.
Of
What are you talking about? Nice.
Well, that is a good question, because just the other day, not too long ago, I started to get like chest pains and pain in your jaw. They say never Google any kind of symptoms because they're going to say, you're dying, go to the hospital. And I had to go to the hospital, but it was fine. It was just stress. So we can all just put too much stress in our lives. So I always try to take 3 deep breaths if I get too stressed. And I think it's in my nature. I'm a very easygoing person. I don't get upset very easily. So I think it's just staying calm is I'm hyper, so I do a lot of stuff at one time, multitask. But I just realized we can't let that stress get to us. Don't you get stressful at your job?
Yes, it does. But I kind of like you. I have a type B personality. I have a longer fuse, and I'm calm under pressure kind of thing.
Yeah.
You have to
stressed
be.
out?
You have to be.
Not really. I mean, I'm kind of the same way, especially working in the media industry around
Sure.
news all the time. You can't let those things really get to you. So kind of let it roll off your back.
Talk about stress with the radio station. doing 3
KP
morning
hasn't
shows.
thrown anything across the room
Oh,
yet.
yeah,
so
you're good.
we're good. So
Well, at the radio, we had 3 different morning shows, and I had just enough time to go in and get the the sponsors and the traffic and the weather and the music bed and had to edit it and put it to one, then go to the next. It was a lot. It was,
that's
it was a
You
lot.
get
the good old
really
days
good
of
at
radio. Yeah.
Time management.
Oh gosh, when they say 30 seconds, think, oh my gosh, I have time to go to the potty for that one. That's enough time.
When I was on the air, you had to pull the records, the actual records. 45s and LPs, yes.
Yep.
And then you had to remember how to do the quarter turn and the half turn.
Oh,
on the
my
records.
gosh.
That's
Yeah.
when I first started. Then we went to carts, and then we got CDs. Ooh, well, we were big time.
There's some stress beyond that time element too. Now, next week we're going to have somebody on the podcast that's going to help you with that stress. And you want to read about that, Kathryn? Tell her what that's all about.
Sure. I see here the Mindfulness and Yoga Retreat. Looks like it's hosted by Krim.
Yes.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It says mindful eating, drumming circle, sound immersion, yoga, mental health, and well-being.
And we met her. Her name is Jessica.
Yep.
She was
And
Jennifer.
it's right behind Tenacity Brewing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
I was
yummy.
trying to get her to do the
Start
yoga and the beer thing, but she said
no, they have tea. They have a really good tea for your gut healthy kind of tea. But she's going to be on the podcast next week.
Yep.
And actually, Jessica, you got a chance to meet Jennifer on the way through. So she wants you to come and join her. It would be great if you could do that. That'll help you with all the stress. Because are you under stress as well?
Yes.
Yes. Well, this will help you. What do you do to relieve your stress?
I don't really know, admittedly. That's probably a bad answer.
No, it's
Good
not a bad
opportunity
answer.
to try the yoga.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yoga is very good. They say it's so good for you.
Yes, I do love yoga, but I don't get a chance to do it very often.
Well, maybe you can do it more often. I think deep breathing helps too. They say take 3 really deep breaths when you get stressed out, and that's supposed to help you as well.
Yes.
It's a lot of good. And you know what? Listen to the podcast On the Road with the MTA and Stephanie K and Jay. That's going to help relieve some stress, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially when you hear yourself back and you can say, yes, you got all these questions you made up on your own and that you asked us. You did a great job with all of those, honey. And thank you for making those up and asking us.
Yep.
Thank you. I hope I'm able to do it again soon.
Well, maybe so. When we come back, there's a few other questions we didn't get to, but you know what? Maybe you can bring those back with you next time you come. Maybe after you've been here for a year, we could do an anniversary thing and see how you like being here.
Yep.
Ah, that'd be cool. So that would be
Episode.
March of next year.
Okay, so how many
There you
episodes
go.
is it? Once a week? And yeah.
So you started here March what? What day did you start?
March 20th.
Okay. Well, then we'll do it after that.
Yep.
That's okay. Mark the calendar. And you can tell us what episode number that'll be because you seem to know.
She's good at
I
math,
don't
aren't you?
know. That's a long ways away. And actually, no, I'm not good at math.
No?
Math is not my strong suit.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, I think people are. I think you like to talk
Yes.
to people and you like choir and I know I asked you to do a few things with us with the, like MTA has some tables we set up and things. And every time I ask her, I'm busy with my friends from church on that day. You're a busy girl.
Yes.
Well, that's good. Stay busy. That keeps you happy.
Yes.
Yep.
And KP, I'm sorry we didn't get more time to talk to you, but we'll bring you back as well. Anything else you want us to know about you before we wrap this up and say goodbye to you guys?
I don't have anything offhand, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any animals at home?
I do actually. I'm hoping to expand my farm a little bit, but currently I have a cat and a dog. So
Do they get along?
no. No, when I adopted the dog, it's a German Shepherd. I just got him in October, and the shelter told me, "Oh, he's great with cats." And I brought him home, and then he tried to eat the cat. immediately.
Had the
That's
cat
not
half
good.
of them?
They're getting better, but they definitely antagonize each other.
Well, we're going to have you come back along too, because I want to find out how you're liking your job after you get settled in, find out how you like that. And Jessica, how about you? Do you have animals?
I do not.
That's okay. They are hard to take care of sometimes. They're wonderful to have, but they can.
Other than the ones that are in my yard, like deer and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's always nice.
I know you do, Jay, because every time we're doing their remote podcast, I hear a little dog trying to get your attention and bark.
Oh, that's Eve. Yeah.
What kind is it?
She's a Labrador mix.
Okay, you know what? I want you to put a picture up of her next time we do a podcast. And we
Oh yeah,
have
she's
that.
beautiful. She's
Okay.
beautiful. We always get compliments on her. Oh, what a beautiful dog! She's such a friendly dog too.
I had an
But you'd
Afghan.
never know when the UPS guy comes up to the door.
Oh, she's ferocious, huh?
she
She's
gets really
wicked.
ferocious. It sounds really ferocious.
Yeah.
but-
I have an Afghan. I used to have an Afghan dog when they were younger.
A rug? Do you have a rug?
No, my sister had an Afghan actually when I was younger. And that dog has long blonde hair and a black nose. It was gorgeous. I got my pictures taken with the dog for my graduation pictures. And of course, everyone said, hey, which one's the dog? Hey, look at that nose. So I didn't keep those pictures. Yeah.
Which one's the dog?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what I got. So, Jessica, any last words you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, it's just been a huge honor and pleasure to be here. And like I said earlier, I look forward to doing it again soon.
Well, yep, we're going to have you back after, like I said, the 1 year anniversary. And if you ever have your own podcast, let us come on and be your guests, okay?
Yes.
Yes, I'm actually thinking of starting one.
There you go.
That would be great.
Good idea.
Because don't you also do the ham radio?
I do.
Well, see, there you go. That's kind of interesting too. Get to know more about you as well.
Yep.
What sort of podcast are you thinking about?
A podcast interviewing blind and visually impaired people
Aw.
Good idea.
because most of my friends are blind or visually impaired.
Aw. Well, we just did the picnic with the National Federation for the Blind. Did you get a chance? That's a picnic. I asked if you wanted to work with us, but you said you were going to with your church friends. But they would have enjoyed that. That was a fun time. So next time we're doing that, we'll have to have you come out and maybe talk to people.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, and do a podcast. That's wonderful. I'll listen for it. I will definitely be listening.
Okay. Thank you.
You bet. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here. Thank you,
Yep.
Cindy, for bringing her in. I appreciate that. And thank you,
Thank you
KP.
for having me.
Pulled you away from work. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No.
And Jay, thank you for arranging that to bring her down too.
Anytime.
All right, Jess, we look forward to talking to you again. And this is the 200th episode with Jessica Dale, and we have KP as well. So thanks for listening. Listen next week as well, because we always have something wonderful in the community, something that's going to help you, and just community leaders we like to bring on as well.
Yep.
So thanks for listening. Please do stay safe.
You've been listening to On the Road with the MTA. For more information on our services and community outreach, visit us online anytime at www.mtaflint.org, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. The MTA, your community, your connection, your way.